your books? Hello, yes.
Nella?
Will you get me another coffee?
Nella?
Will you get Advil for me?
Nella?
Nella,
2 copies.
Nella,
I need you.
Nella.
Nella?
There's someone you have to meet. This is Hazel May McCall, my new assistant.
Really? Hi. It's just really nice that you're here.
Right back at you.
You know that hall of white people they have here?
Welcome to Wagner.
Wagner's just... You'll see. I am ready to recommend your promotion to assistant editor.
I lit so many intention candles for this.
What the...
You were bold and you have a lot of potential.
Something really strange happened.
I told you that company was a hellhole.
I'd feel sorry for anyone who was unfortunate enough to be in our way.
Did you come to my apartment last night?
What are you talking about?
I feel like I'm completely losing my mind. Hazel?
Hazel.
Girl, I told you.
Have you noticed Nella acting weird lately? She just seemed a bit off.
This has been driving me crazy.
Crazy.
I know that this sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but every conspiracy about white people being whack ends up being true in like 20 years.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for The Other Black Girl, streaming right now on Hulu. All 10 episodes. Binge like I did. It's so good. And I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so delighted to have a pair of the directors, Todd Biermann and Nefertite Nguvu. I'm sorry if I brutalized your name. It's a pleasure to meet you both virtually. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Nice to meet you as well.
You guys. So I'm gonna keep it real because that's what this film is all about. Keeping it real. I'm very sick. I was sick all day today, and I actually binged all of the shows, all the episodes today. And it's so good. I can't wait for everybody else to get their binge fest on right now on Hulu and enjoy this.
Right on.
Amazing project. When I saw the trailers, we actually did a reaction on my channel to the trailer and fell in love with it. When this project came across your ways, what was it for you that really made you want to get on board? Nefertiti, if I can start with you ladies first.
Sure. I mean, the material itself is just so fascinating to me. I thought it was just a really layered, interesting, nuanced story to tell. And it's wrestling with some really big ideas that I thought would be very interesting to bring to the screen. And I thought that a lot of people would be able to relate to it. So it was super exciting for me to have the potential of working on some material like this for sure.
Yes. How about for you, Todd?
To echo Nefertiti, it's always the material, right, that draws you to the work. The material and the people is really what it comes down to me. And it was a good group of creative people really engaged in trying to do something I thought was super ambitious. Like Nefertiti said, it is really layered and nuanced and deals with a lot of different genres and pulls elements from different things. A little more expansive than sort of your normal half-hour television work, which I mostly do. You know, Nefertiti comes from independent features mostly, and she gets a little bit more gets some more deeper nuanced material. So to me, that was really exciting to come on as a producer and director and do a couple, but then work on all 10 and try to help build a team of people that were going to execute something that was ambitious and exciting.
Yes, and I will tell you both, you've accomplished it. Yeah, in my sickness, I'm like trying to get all my thoughts together, but you guys killed it. Shout out to the Onyx Collective over there at Hulu. Amazing. You keyword that you both mentioned, layers. Oh my gosh, so many layers. I really felt connected with this. My wife and I, to keep it real again, talk about kind of being like that token in the office. And this spoke to my heart right now as a young Filipino American, my wife as a young Black female in her office. You know, there's just so many things it spoke to us about. And I can't wait for this to be water cooler conversation with everybody that I know that are kind of in the same situation. If I could throw it back to you, Nefertiti. So once you climb on board, you were feeling this project. What was something that you wanted to infuse maybe with your directing and to just come across this feel that you were given with this script?
You know, I feel like for me, one thing I'm always angling toward is intimacy. Like I feel like I wanted to, like I said, the script is wrestling with some really big ideas, but I feel like it was just also really important to create a sense of intimacy for the audience with the characters. To really set them up for what I knew was coming next, what was going to unfold. But I think it's always important for the audience to have like a relationship with the characters, you know, to be really invested in what's going to happen next with them. You know, I feel like that's the way you sort of reel them in, you know? So for me, like having that sense of intimacy, that sense of connection to the characters was super important.
Excellent. And Todd, same for you, man. I appreciate you as an ally. I feel like you're our ally in this game.
I certainly tried to be. I can't, you know, it was surprising, to be perfectly honest, to get the gig. You know what I mean? Like to get up for it. I was like, oh, look at the title of this. Clearly this is the dude who should be, you know, a co-executive producer of this. What? But I took that as a challenge and a massive responsibility, honestly, you know, like that, trying to build a team that was inclusive and supported every different perspective, because you know, I certainly sympathize and try to be an ally with some of the shitty stuff that happens in the world, and I think we got to poke some fun at it and open people's eyes and make people see some realities that maybe they're not always looking at, and try to do it with a sense of humor and also still make an impact and still show strong bonds and real relationships amongst people. So to find all those layers and work those into a half hour, I feel solid about that.
Yes, and I still can't believe it's only a half hour. There's so much that goes on. Again, you both outstanding. Let's have some fun questions. So again, so many layers. It goes every which way. Back to you, Nefertiti. You know, because of that, were you used to kind of like where there's like comedy in some ways, but then it's like a thriller in different ways. It's just so many different ways the story goes and it portrays out. Were you ready for something? Have you done similar work with, I know you worked on Wu-Tang prior to like kind of get that nuance that you had to deliver as a director for this and working with the cast?
Yeah, you know, I've worked on dramas, I've worked on comedies. This was, I worked on another show a while back that was sort of like a mix, but this is unique in that it's like thriller, it's comedy, it's drama, there's so many things happening at once tonally. And this is my first time working on a show that had this many things going on and, you know, having to be beholden to the tone of all of those things. You know what I mean? It's like you want the jokes to land when they're supposed to land. You want the audience to, you know, feel the dramatic beats they're supposed to feel, and you want them to be scared when they're supposed to be scared. So, you know, finding the balance and the cinematic language to go with all of that is, you know, is a challenge, but it was a very exciting challenge for me because the goal is always to challenge yourself to try to figure out new things. I feel like when I'm episodic directing, I'm using new muscles and figuring out new things. And this was just really exciting to try to find the balance for that, to try to, you know, take the audience on a journey through all of those different beats.
Definitely. And Todd, you're the EP as well, like, that you mentioned. Getting this cast together, such an amazing cast. Can you speak on that?
Thanks. Yeah, that was super fun. I mean, I've only got to help build a cast a few different times, and it's really for pilots, not stuff that's really gone into full series. So it was super rewarding just to see the amount of talent that came through, and to see how the cast sort of evolves and finds their role. And like, you know, I was just saying in the last interview that the few leads probably did 6, 8 at least different casting sessions with like chemistry reads with other actors, like making sure that everybody sort of vibed in the right way that the writers were looking for. And And I think we killed it. You know, like Brittany was originally like real close for Ashley's role behind, but Ashley was everybody loved and we were considering. And it's just something about the honesty and the rawness and the truth of her performance that I was like, I pitched. I'm like, I think she could really crush this other role. And the showrunners agreed, and we wound up going down that route. And I'm really glad that we did. Like we pushed hard. It became really clear over the course of the casting process who it should be. And I'm really grateful for the cast that we put together.
Y'all killed it. And Brittany's amazing. She's like the best friend. Like
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So 10 episodes. Again, everybody streaming right now on Hulu. Go check it out. Binge session. It's amazing. It's making me feel somewhat better right now, especially after, having all the fluids put into me today. I just enjoyed this immensely. I'm hoping we get 10 more. How has the reception been for you all now that it's out? It launched on September 13th. Nefertiti, back to you. What is it now looking back at it? And what has the commentary been to you of working on this project?
It's been amazing. We made this at the end of my episode was at the end of last year. So it's been a while. You sort of make things in a vacuum when it's this type of show. And then, obviously what our industry is dealing with now with the strikes and everything. So once the show came out, it was super, 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 super exciting and gratifying, to, see something that you worked so hard on finally hit the screens, but then to see the response. Like I've never been a part of a show that's been this buzzy, to be quite honest with you. So it's been really exciting for me to like read the reviews and, just get, see the feedback online, see how many people are responding to it. It's so exciting. I'm super proud of it. Like I'm amazed and honored, and all the things have been a part of such an amazing team of directors. And I'm just so proud of our writers, our showrunners, like our cast, like who just kills it. So it's been really thrilling for sure.
Amazing. And for you, Todd, as well, last words closing us out.
I'm just grateful, man. Like the fact that the strike the last few months have been pretty rough for most of the people that work in our industry. And sometimes we take it for granted when we're in the middle of a show. It's like, oh, I'm shooting a show and my thing just came on that I shot 6 months ago. That's cool. I'll check it out. But like, you're kind of in the cycle of stuff. And here with the pause and the shutdown and not really getting to engage in the business as much as we would like to be right now, to see our work come out when there's real sort of appreciation for it seemingly and attention to it right now. It's just really good. It's gratifying. It feels great because we all worked our ass off and we built a great team of really talented people, and I think they killed it. So you want 10 more seasons? I want 40, or 10 more episodes? I want 40 more episodes.
Yes. Well, let me tell you both, bravo. Thank you so much. Really helps make my sickness day go by very fast. You guys are amazing. Everybody, Nefertite Nguvu, Todd Biermann, the other Black girl, streaming right now on Hulu. Go check it out, y'all.
Thanks, Patrick, man. I hope you feel better.
Yes.